Ronnie, hey, it's a cold winter evening after work, and I was in the mood for buttermilk biscuits and pork sausage spicy gravy. And I was at the grocery store getting other stuff. Okay, here's the simplest biscuits and pork sausage gravy recipe you can do in 20 minutes. One pot, one little pan to bake your stuff, and I'll show you what little ingredients I use. Okay, I got Jimmy Dean's sausage raider because it was on sale, just like I got these buttermilk grands. They were on sale. Can't pass that up. So there's 8 of those. I found out if you got 8 of these big grand sized biscuits, 1 pound of pork, packaged pork, 3 cups of whole milk or whatever milk, and I don't use the flour and stuff, and I don't have enough time. And then like a heaping tablespoon for each cup of milk you use of cornstarch. And what I'm going to do, and then for the spice, being this has no spice, you can use cayenne, you can use New Mexico chili powder, black pepper, medley peppercorns, how spicy you want it. I prefer it's got a whole different taste. It's this Chinese spicy hot pot seasoning. And you're supposed to use one of these packages. That's what's inside these big packages. This brand is Bajai or whatever. And then this one is Zhujinji. That's spicy. If you want spicy and hot, spicy hot pot, they're all very similar, but a little different. But they have a whole different flavor than just using a chili powder or other kind of like chilies. And here's what it looks like out of the package. Okay, that's what I'm going to use, and that is going to heat this thing up like crazy. This you use for Chinese hot pot in like 4 liters or a gallon of water. Yeah, you get that going, and it'll make your eyes water. The neighbors a mile away can smell it, and your sinuses will be clear for a week. Yeah. But what I'm going to do, I use this that's going to make this very toasty. But, okay, I'm going to take my biscuits. I got the oven preheating. It's, 350, whatever. I'm going to throw them in there. It took me 5 minutes to brown that pork. I'm not adding any salt because this prepackaged pork sausage has a lot of salt to me in them. You can use a store brand, whatever. And if you want it spicy, okay. But here's the basics. Just the quick bake prepackaged big biscuits, 8 big ones to 3 cups of milk, and you need cornstarch, and then your pork. I don't have salt, like I said. I'm using Chinese hot pot for the spice to make it hot, and I said you can use anything you want. After I fire this up, I'm gonna turn on the heat, put this in, mix it all together just with the brown pork. Then I will throw in 3 cups of milk on low, medium heat, because these will take about 18 minutes to bake. Put in 3 cups, and then I will take a 1/4 cup of milk, and I will put in 3 halfway heaping tablespoons of cornstarch in that milk and mix it up. Once that gets going and it's heating, I will throw in a little bit of Italian seasoning on the top, a little bit of hickory smoke, and yes, a little dash of white Zinfandel wine, because that's the type of wine I happen to have in the fridge. I could use Zhaojin cooking wine, but it's got salt in it, and this is already salty enough. But I'm going to do it, heat this up, and it's simple. I'll try to splice this together, but that's what I'm going to do. I was going to make this a short, but it's not going to work. I might have to cut it into like 3 bits and post all 3, because I'm going to try to link all this together once I'm finished. But yeah, just the cheap biscuits, whatever, a pound of ground pork sausage, 3 cups of milk works great for the 8 big biscuits. I'm using Chinese hot pot. Yeah, and this is going to be very spicy, a little Italian seasoning, whatever you want. But the theory is you can do this in 20 minutes, and you only need 1 pot, 1 baking pan, or just even aluminum foil on your grate in your oven, your milk, and cornstarch. I don't deal with the flour and cooking the roux and all that. That takes a lot longer. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll try to splice these together. I'll get back to you. Or else I'll make a few singles. But that's how easy it is. And it'll take 20 minutes start to finish, okay? Ronnie can cook. He's love. Have a heart, have a heart. God's bless. Oh, nothing better than a good, hearty, thick sausage, spicy gravy over buttermilk biscuits on a cold winter night. Yeah, and that's what we got here, so. And it's quick and easy. You don't need much, and just a pan and a pot. You know, and whatever spice you want, and some cornstarch and milk. Yeah, the rest is optional. Do it any way you like. I'll be back. I'll show you how it turns out. Ciao. 15 minutes later on buttermilk biscuits and super freaking easy. 2-pot pan, whatever, and spicy pork sausage gravy. If I didn't explain, I used 3 cups of whole milk, put in with the meat and my spices and stuff, brought it slowly up while these are in the oven. You don't want to get it too hot and curdle your milk and ruin it. Bring it up slowly to heat till it simmers and starts to boil. And then I took the 3 heaping tablespoons of cornstarch in this cup with another 1/4 cup of cold milk, mixed it up with a fork so it's all blended, and then slowly poured it in while it was simmering, and then bring it back up to a simmer like it is now. And see how it's bubbling like lava? This is how I like, you know, if this is gravy for like potatoes or something like that, you don't want it this thick. But for over biscuits, you see, it will stay where you put it. They say, I'm not going to do it, but one way to check if, you know, when it bubbles like lava like this, if you see, but yeah, I just let it simmer on up. If I turn up the heat, I got it way down. It's done now. This is done. That's all it took. Let me turn up the heat and watch it bubble. I'll see it bubble like lava, kind of. That's the thickness I like. You see that? Or they say if you want to stick your face in there and blow it, you can blow like a leaf shape. If you blow, you know, like that. But I'm a smoker, so I don't have a whole lot of air to blow. But yeah, you can blow a leaf petal in the top of it, and it'll form it. And that's the thickness I like for this. But yeah, you can see it's not all runny, but it's not one big chunk. And that's it. Over to, you know, out of the cold case, biscuits that were on sale, some pork sausage that was on sale. I said I didn't add any salt. A little of my Chinese spice, or you can use black pepper, whatever kind of spice you want. Your milk, a little, you know, 1 and a little more tablespoons per cup. Work for 8 big biscuits, and that comes out perfect pretty much. And that's all, and all of it, start to finish, 20 minutes. Peace, love, have a heart, have a heart. God bless. Yeah, I can cook. I'm an awesome cook, thanks to my awesome mama. God bless her soul. It's gone now. She cooked when she was 13 years old. She cooked for a farmer up in South Dakota that did have money during the Depression. She cooked for 20 men that were farmers, the hired people in the area, every day, 3 meals a day when she was 13 years old. And she taught me so much. She's awesome. I love you. I'll be back. God's bless. But it's that simple. Just don't get your milk too hot too fast, and don't burn it. If you get it too hot, it'll curdle and turn into chunks, and you'll ruin it. Bring it up slow, stir it, and if you see how it's bubbling, that's how I like gravy and pork sausage over biscuits. Now, if you want to do a regular gravy for like spuds or whatever, then you only use 1 tablespoon flat of cornstarch per cup of liquid you're using, okay? But yeah, it's that easy, man. 20 minutes. I can do this. It's not rocket science. It's simple, and this is awesome. I said that Chinese hot pot spice works great in all kinds of things. Just a little bit, give it a bump in a stew or a soup or anything. Or my Chinese wife used to take a big chunk and throw it in the oil in the fry pan, and then she'd fry her eggs and make them really spicy. And, oh yeah, it's awesome. You only need a little bit, and it works for all kinds of flavoring of all kinds of stuff. And it's like, I think $2 a package for those, maybe $3. If you can't find an Asian store, you can find them on Amazon and eBay, and they keep forever. All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna eat some good sausage and biscuit gravy over my rotten biscuits. Yeah, and I didn't burn them. I paid attention. It's cool. Stuff's that easy, man. It just, if you got 20 minutes, cool breeze, and no dishes hardly at all to wash. There you go. I love you. I'll be back. God's bless. Thanks for watching. Ciao.